is a little series I like to call Grandma Visits Jordan.
I can't believe I'm leaving tomorrow. It's so soon. It's crazy. This trip has gone by so fast. But I know Grandma's had a really good time. So that's why I want to spend today doing kind of a recap of her trip. And I want to show you guys what's in a typical Jordanian home. This isn't exactly a typical Jordanian home. It's kind of Americanized, but just the basics that you would find that are kind of different from your typical American home. The bathroom light switches are not in the bathroom. So here are the switches. Here's the bathroom. Switches, bathroom. We don't have carpet here. Not like floor carpet all over the place. We have tile. Tile, tile. Tile, 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 tile. It's everywhere tile. If you do have a carpet, it'll be a small area carpet like a Turkish one. Our heating system is in the floors. We have pipes that have water running through our floors, and when you turn it on, the floors are burning hot. However, we do not have heat running constantly like in America. You can't set it at a temperature. We don't have like a thermostat. So what you do is you turn on a heat switch, and you wait till it gets warm enough, and then you turn it off. So it takes a while to get warm, and it's not consistently at the same temperature. If it's especially cold, we have these little gas heaters. And there's a massive gas tank in the back. Speaking of heat, you can't just go take a hot shower here. We don't have a way to just turn on the hot water switch and hot water comes out. It's not magic like that, no. You have to hit these buttons. You have to heat your water for 15 minutes before you can take a shower. Otherwise it'll be cold. Our walls are made of stone and concrete. We have very, very, very thick walls, huge walls, because you have a layer of stone, then concrete, then like more stone. Most of the houses here are made of stone, which is very, very low maintenance, except every like 20 years you have to wash it. And you know what you wash it with? Sand. We don't have grass at all because it doesn't rain. We have these things behind me. They are called abajurs. Instead of like blinds, you have this thing that comes down and it's like a fortress into your house. People can't get in or out. Let us now return to the bathroom where I show you a common feature of every Jordanian household. The bidet. We don't have air conditioning. Yeah, no central air conditioning. You can't just flip on a switch and have it cool in the house. No, sorry. One thing, because our houses are made of stone, they are cooler on the inside, which is nice. But if you're still hot, we have these. Fortunately, we only have two. We have one in our sitting room and one in my parents' room, and that's it. No other room in the house has one. So you use a lot of fans, and you just deal. Another huge difference between a Jordanian house and an American house is that we don't have mailboxes. We also do not get mail delivered to our homes. You have a P.O. box, and then you have to go to the P.O. box and pick up your mail. Every Jordanian household has tea and coffee. Lots of it. This is the Arabian coffee. It comes like this, and you drink it in these itty bitty glasses. Compare this little glass to a typical American cup of coffee. Look at this. Look at that difference. And finally, a huge aspect of a Jordanian kitchen is spices. Lots and lots of spices. Now I have to put these all away. Okay, so I'm sitting here with Grandma now. It is our very last full day in Jordan. We're leaving bright and early tomorrow morning. I just want to talk to her over some tea and coffee, a common thing here, about her trip. What were you expecting about Jordan? Like, what were your thoughts before you came?
I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know anything about the country, really, but it has proved to be very, very interesting and very unique, I guess would be the word, and I've really enjoyed it all.
What was the first thing that you noticed, or the first thing that like caught your eye when you first got here?
The house.
Okay, what about it?
No, and even the airport when we got in there. That was really a beautiful airport.
They just redid it. We had an old one that was and they made a new one that's really nice.
And when they take you in a wheelchair, well, they drive the wheelchair about the way they drive their cars, fast.
Okay, so the driving is a bit of a shock for you, huh?
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever drive over here.
It's incredibly aggressive. You have to be aggressive, otherwise you won't go anywhere because there's traffic everywhere. The traffic's horrendous. Here, blinkers are optional. Most people, I don't even think they know the purpose of them on the car. So are stoplights. Not lights, I'm sorry, stop signs. They're not optional. I mean, if you get caught running one, you can get in trouble, but people, they don't stop at them. It's just not a thing, you just don't. So you kind of have to be on the lookout constantly. It's really funny though, because she points out stuff that I'm so used to, I don't even notice as different. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, I forgot that's not normal. When you think of Jordan, you think of a couple things. Deserts, camels, tents. How many camels have you seen? Maybe a couple, right?
No, 25.
You have not seen 25 camels.
Yeah, along the road there we saw
We did
5.
not see 25 camels. Down by the Dead Sea there were a lot, but in the city, specifically
Oh,
in the city. Have you seen any?
No.
Yeah, no camels. Secondly, have you seen a desert in your entire
No.
trip here?
No.
She has not seen one desert. We have gone everywhere in the country. North, south, east, west, we've gone everywhere. Except we didn't go far enough into the desert. So, that's not super common. In tents, I mean, we all live in houses made of stone. So,
Yeah.
a little different than people expect.
Quite remarkable when you're watching them build a home or an apartment or whatever. All of them are several stories high, you know, and you can add on to the top if you need to. But
most people live in apartments because it's very expensive. Land is very expensive in this country. And so most people just get an apartment. And if you do have a home, if your child gets married or something, you can build an extension onto the house so they have their own separate floor and like entrance, because land is very limited.
yes,
It's very limited. There are not, you don't see like open fields of anything. There's something everywhere you go. There's a building, there's a hotel, there's a shop. There's no open area. It's all being built.
We went to the Citadel a couple days ago, and when you stand there, you can look out all the way around is the city. It's kind of like in the middle. And it's just, you know, massive houses, and I don't know how to explain it.
Just have to see it.
Yeah, you have to come to Jordan and see it.
Or watch it through these.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at how westernized this country is? As far as like, we ate at a Fuddruckers the other night.
Oh,
that's an
yeah.
American restaurant. She's been to a couple malls. We took her to a movie theater.
They've got all the American places too.
Pretty much, we just got a P.F. Chang's. We got an American Eagle, a bunch of stuff in the mall. And
McDonald's, Hardee's.
Yep, except
the
our
Gap.
Yeah, our food, they kind of put an Arab twist on some of we have like a McArabia at McDonald's. And some of the food is actually better. And the restaurants are very, very clean. Like,
Yes,
they're incredibly clean.
There's someone there with the broom and the dustpan.
Yeah, they employ
Anything
people
gets
to
dropped
clean
on
the
the floor,
bathrooms.
why, they're right there.
Yeah.
No.
And the malls and the movie theaters, I prefer compared to, at least where we live in America. I think they're nicer here.
Oh yes. it
Yeah,
is.
they're very, very nice. While she was here, we took her to a church for Christmas Eve, and we took her to another old church that had a 6th century mosaic map on the floor. Were you surprised by the amount of churches in this country and how many? Like, she went to a service, and it was apparently very similar to the one in the States.
Yes, it was. And it was all in English. You know, they had nativity scene, and Mass was the same as it was in the United States. Very meaningful. Had the church decorated real beautiful too.
There's decorations. People here, if you go out on the street, there's decorations everywhere. We've taken her to different, primarily Christian neighborhoods, and they have tons of decorations too. If you go to the mall, beautiful decorations. So I mean, there's a large Christian population in this country too. And you'll be driving down the street and you'll see a church, and then you'll see a mosque right next to it. And there's tons of them all over the place, both of them right together.
And lots of fruit markets. When you're driving along the highway, there'll be, you know, people out there with just set up, just selling it out of their truck.
Yep. And meat shops, and they have the lamb hanging in the window.
Yeah.
We drove past and saw a cow head just kind of hanging. One of the things that Grandma kept mentioning every time we would go out is she was surprised by how mountainous and how many hills there are in this country. Because you assumed it was flat, didn't you?
Yes. Definitely it is not. Remind you of the Rocky Mountains, only I think the scope is a little bit larger. It seemed like we just wound round and round down a hill, and then you're round and round up a hill.
She got a little car sick several
Yeah,
times.
a little bit. Well, when we went to the Dead Sea, we were like 1,400 feet below sea level.
We were on the lowest spot on Earth.
Yeah.
And your ears pop when you go down. And then the next day, or a couple days later, we went all the way to the north and went up in the mountains
Yeah.
to a very high altitude where they still had snow.
Did we go to Jirash?
Yes.
Okay. What did we see there?
We ate at the restaurant there. So now let's talk about food. I love the food here. I absolutely love it. How did you find the food?
It was all very good. I was really surprised. I didn't know when I came here if I would be able, you know, to eat it. I didn't know about their spices or anything.
We use a lot of spices, as you've seen before. What was your favorite?
Which is kanafa.
It was the one with the cheese.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, kanafa is really good. Mensif is the Jordanian dish. It's made with fermented goat milk, and you normally use lamb, but we use chicken, and it's over rice, and you add some like almonds or pine nuts on top. Very good. It's kind of one of those things that you either like it or you don't, because it has a very specific taste. Did you like it?
Yes, I did. I liked all of it, and like I said, it was all very seasoned very well, and
Well, we even threw in some pizza and some other things
yeah.
too.
We had some pizza, and what was it? Baked
Had
chicken.
some fish, baked chicken, all sorts of food. Fettuccine,
Yeah.
in addition to all the Jordanian food.
Jansen made some cookies.
Yes. So, what are you gonna miss the most about coming here?
All of you. All of you and the maid service I've received. I get breakfast delivered upstairs, and hospitality and everything has been just fantastic.
What are you gonna miss about Jordan?
The sights, we would have liked to have gone to more, but with my inability to walk very far, it just wasn't feasible to do it.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately, a lot of the places, a lot of the historic sites aren't handicap accessible, and you have to walk a lot, especially Petra and some of those other ones. So that's a little unfortunate, but I still think you got to see a lot.
Yeah.
Got to see quite a bit.
And at the Citadel, I did manage to walk up some steps and go inside.
She's been exercising really well this whole trip. Lots of steps.
Yeah, I said I should have kept track of how many steps I went up.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna miss the weather, because I've heard back there
Oh,
it's absolutely terrible. Right now it's a beautiful sunny day outside, so not looking forward to that.
We came into the snow, and I guess we're going home into the snow.
Well, thank you all for watching these videos. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad you had a chance to come on for a journey with all of us. And I'll probably film our flight home, unless we just sleep through the whole thing, which would be lovely. But that's gonna be about it for these. I hope you continue to watch my channel, because I will continue to upload things about my life, daily vlogs, things like that. And it should be a lot of fun. Be sure to go check out my main channel too, because I filmed a couple things while I was in Jordan there, and I'll continue to do that. And thanks. Anything else you want to say?
See you soon.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you missed the previous episode, you can click on the link and go back and watch that. Head over to my main channel to check out what's going on there. And don't forget to subscribe so you can be updated when a brand new episode comes out. Talk to you guys later. Goodbye.